So the new court sketch that has come out in regards to Diddy, to me, is extremely scary. It looks like something out of a horror movie, and I don't like it. Hey guys, it's Murad Muradi, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So when I initially spoke about the hearing and I did a review on it, I gave you that review of the hearing as soon as it ended. So the court sketches were not uploaded to the articles that were displaying it. So for those of you who are asking where are the court sketches, they simply hadn't been publicly produced for me to put in these videos, but those court sketches have been released. The review of the hearing is what I wanted to get out soon as quickly so that you guys know what is going on as quick as possible. Now, this court sketching of Diddy, as you can see, it just looks scary to me. I don't feel like I want to look at it for long because I feel like the way he's looking in this is like he's just a very, very weird man. Now, if we compare it to the previous sketch where, of course, he's still wearing, the gray hair, he's donning the gray beard and etc., you can see that there is a significant difference in his weight. It is odd to me that in the last sketch, it was discussed that this man was gaining weight. Well, now it looks like the opposite has happened in the past month and he has significantly lost weight. You can see that his jawline seems to be a lot more sharper, especially, the frontal lobe area. The hair is continuing to go gray and he also has a lot more of it. His beard completely has gone gray as well, but it looks like he's shaved. So he's donning a goatee because you can see in the previous sketch, he had a full gray beard. Here, he's obviously, got on a goatee. And you can see from his face, it's a lot more slim now. His neck looks a lot more refined, much more longer, and he just looks extremely scary in this. Now, remember, there was a New York Times report discussing the fact that Diddy is extremely broke. Now, of course, he has financial assets for him outside of prison, and he has money there, but he's only forced to spend a few dollars a day in regards to fish and buying certain limited food. His wealth outside does not help him in prison. So therefore, he is extremely broke in prison, much like a lot of his other inmates financially. He can't do anything with his money. No matter how much he has on the outside, he is financially capped at a very low amount, thus making him broke. And so therefore, because of this, I think Diddy is moving stingy, doesn't want the food, and therefore is continuing to lose weight. But this new sketch of him, he just looks very odd to me, scary. It looks like a sketch of like a haunted kind of, illustration, like he's staring at me. I don't like this picture of Diddy. I feel like the other pictures of him, you can see that he looks focused at what the judges or his lawyers are stating. But here, it looks like he's looking at the court sketcher dead in his eye. That's what the court sketcher made us understand in this particular new sketch, is that Diddy is looking at me. Diddy is probably looking at me to intimidate me, because that's how Diddy works. He's looking at the court sketcher. He knows the court sketcher is drawing him, and therefore he's kind of giving him somewhat of a show. Again, illustrations are open to several forms of interpretation. That's why I like illustrations, whether they're court sketches or not. So maybe you guys disagree with me, maybe you guys agree with me, but I definitely feel like he is very much aware of the court sketcher because he's been to so many, hearings. The Bear hearings are another example. He knows where the court sketcher is positioned in the court, and he's looking at him to kind of intimidate him. Now, I don't think the intimidation worked. If anything, it's working against Diddy and making him look even more scary in this picture. And I just wanted to speak about it for the first couple of minutes of this video because I really want to know what your thoughts are on this sketch. If you think it's scary, if you think I'm being dramatic. Because I don't like this. He just looks very bizarre, weird, a lot more skinny, very scrawny. Eyes sunken in, noses, a lot more sharper. Cheekbones seem to be a lot more refined as well. Losing weight fast. He clearly is suffering, guys, when it comes to being in that jail cell. This is what this sketch is giving. Now, reports also stated that both Christian Combs and Justin Combs were in attendance for their father's hearing. One thing they're not going to be missing is their father's hearing. It is odd to me that Justin was not served whilst he was going to attend this court hearing for his father, because evidently they couldn't find him at certain addresses and they needed to serve his lawsuit to him in the LA and New York Times publicly for the next 4 weeks because they can't find him. Well, he turned up in the court hearings. I don't think that Christian and Justin Combs are actually in hiding for what reports are stating. I just think that they are not taking their lawsuit seriously because they don't care about it. They feel like they're above it. They can do better in regards to just, not responding to it. They feel like they're probably still powerful in some kind of way, that they have money. and that they feel like they've been advised that this is just a baseless, useless civil lawsuit. It's not criminal. You don't need to worry about it. So I think that for the fact that they didn't hire attorneys, they dropped their attorneys, Christian's not attending his own hearings, but you have the time to attend your father's hearing, is nothing but a photo op opportunity, exploiting their father's situation to make them look like good sons so that they get their net worth for Diddy when Diddy obviously gets locked away or ends up dying. Because it doesn't make sense to me as to why you're not attending your own hearings, Christian Combs, multiple times, yet here you are attending your father's hearing in support of him. A hearing that lasted 20 to 25 minutes. The hearing was so short, and the hearing has been re-adjourned for this Friday. So are you going to come back this Friday? Are the servers going to serve Justin knowing that they're going to come back this Friday? I don't understand. If somebody can please explain the logical reasoning for the fact that the man is not attending his own hearings but wants to attend his father's, that has nothing to do with him. I don't know. I don't believe that Janice Combs was there. Janice Combs her name is Janice Smalls. I think I spoke about her name in a couple of videos ago, and some of you guys were saying, Murad, like, what are you saying? It's not Janice Combs. In her own lawsuit that she's facing, the whole family's a mess. In her own lawsuit, her name is cited as Janice Smalls, guys, legally in, documents. But Janice Smalls, Janice Combs, Janice, she needs to find a new hairpiece because I don't know what the hell's going on. And she got her own lawsuit to worry about. So that's probably why she wasn't in attendance. I didn't see anything of her in attendance. I stand corrected if she was there. Probably would be. But today was an interesting hearing in regards to, extra documents and screenshots. Diddy's lawyers wanting to cause a delay. I really hope they get this delay, guys. And the reason why I'm stating this is not even just for my own selfish reasons of I want to be outside for more. I'm not even ready myself to dive deep into the trial each and every day. Guys, we're still not ready for this trial. It's going to be insane. But if Diddy feels and his lawyers feel that they are not physically or mentally prepared for this trial, they absolutely deserve for the trial to be re-adjourned until they are ready. Diddy and his lawyers absolutely deserve a fair right to this trial. No matter what this man has done, no matter how many people this man has harmed, he deserves a fair right to this trial. If you seek justice, then the prosecution service, the opposition, everybody deserves a fair right. So for this new superseding indictment to come on to Diddy and his people and his lawyers a couple of weeks ago, a month and a half before the trial, is not fair on Diddy's side. They've got a lot more to prep for. They're not ready. They're asking for a 2-week delay. And I really do hope that Judge Arun approves this Friday. He seems to be very logical and understanding and tries to be on both sides. So hopefully he does, because Diddy and his lawyers deserve a fair right to a trial. They are the ones who even wanted the speedy trial, but they didn't expect the season 1, season 2, season 3, all indictments. They didn't expect any of that. But just because they didn't expect it doesn't mean they should be rushed into the court system and, carry on with this trial if they're not ready. They absolutely deserve an extension because Diddy deserves a fair right. And if Diddy and his lawyers feel, especially his lawyers feel that they're not prepped, should be allowed to take as much time within reason until they are prepped for this trial. Why can't Diddy have a fair trial? Don't let your disdain for this man mean that he can't have a fair trial and he must be checked and thrown into prison without any trial. Democracy is very much still important. And I know that we are seeing all in the news that so many people are getting snatched up on the streets, are getting thrown into prison camps in different countries, or being, freedom of speech basically doesn't even really exist anymore. It's horrific. It's disgusting. That also applies to Diddy in regards to the fact that he deserves a fair trial. People that are just being snatched up on the streets and thrown into prisons across all countries is extremely scary, because the prison system is a financial profiting system for executives and investors above. The more people that get filled up in prisons, the more the government would pay these particular executives who run these prisons. It's a money-making slavery machine. That's why you have a lot of people who have a small possession of XYZ that end up getting chucked into prison, and why there are certain races and demographics of people who get chucked into prison more because there are certain agendas that are taking place and happening. Prison systems are slavery systems. The more prisoners are placed into systems, the more money these people receive from the government. It's a money-making slavery scheme. That's exactly what it is. So in this moment of time where freedom of speech is being so restricted, and in the next couple of days, the next couple of years, it's going to be extremely limited, that you aren't allowed to barely critique any government in the world, from basically what is happening, what's going on, we need to basically really push for democracy, freedom of speech, and also for the fact that people should deserve a fair right to a trial, whether that be Diddy or not. So yeah, there are selfish reasons for myself, absolutely. But at the same time, I also mean it because Diddy deserves that fair right. Him and his lawyers are not ready. They deserve to get that push submitted. And I feel like Arun will definitely go down that way. Because just because federal judges are there doesn't mean that they're always going to be the logical reasoning. There are a lot of corrupt federal judges because everybody can be bought. Do you understand? Not everybody. Let me not, majority of people, guys, can definitely be bought. You just got to name a price. You don't want 10,000, I'll give you $1 million. You don't want $1 million, I'll give you 5 million. You don't want 5 million, let me give you 50. People will start nodding their heads. Diddy deserves a fair right to a trial, guys. He deserves a fair right to a trial. Absolutely. 110%. How can you be somebody who enacts or pushes for justice, but you don't think that either side or the opposition doesn't deserve a fair right to a trial? That's not fair, guys. That's not fair at all. Anyways, let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I really want to do and have a conversation about prison slavery systems, because they are expanding vastly all over the world under our noses, guys. Under our noses. And if I can see it, because my nose is big, then this is crazy, guys. And it's about to get even worse. Let me know your thoughts are. Do subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. It's just one click. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. There's a $sign there. Please do send a tip if you guys wish to. It does go a long way. Filming this for you at what time? 4:05. Why am I filming this at 4 in the morning? Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.